Welcome friends, this is AnishforU and today we are going to build two building. I'm going to already built it. I am just making it more dramatic. It is weather is very bad. I'm soaking wood, but it is already been built. So I'm just to pretend that I never built it and just cover up that thing. But don't worry, I'm already built it, so it is going to be easy, very easy. And let's start the building these logs thing. As you can see, log building doesn't need some specialized thing. It is built upon logs, so that is as the name says. Obviously you have to make some changes or some design choice while make the log building, because obviously you can put some stone like I did right now. It can be done like that, or either you can just make it throughout using that log and all that. So you can also do that. Obviously I make some problem here. This part is not going to be yes, so up to that. It is really dark right now. It is obviously very dark, and I have a lot of problem to doing these storing things. So make the floor stone is not necessary. You can make the normal floor, but I'm going to combine with stone and the log, so it looks quite nice. So that's the only reason. So let's put some fire on, and okay, so just complete that. You have to adjust the terrain. You have to dig sometimes you have to level with your hoe, and not that hoe, but you have to use your hoe to level the plain field, and then you have to just place those things. As you can see, it is obviously sometimes it is really problematic to placing those stone, and it is problematic right now also for me. So now what we have to do is just make a normal base, and 1 meter, that is 1 meter height stone we are placing 1 meter into 2 meter. So that's the basic base of the build. Now we're going to use logs and all that to just cover up the building. So before placing the logs, you have to remember there is obviously you can just place it like that. It is going to be easy, much more easy. You had a problem with connecting those logs, just make the log slightly bigger, or 1 meter extended like that. So that way you can just make a very good effect. You can make a good effect just overlapping logs, so that's nice. And you have any kind of problem placing these logs right now, you can just do it post build. You can just demolish those particular part, and you can place those logs here. So now we are placing some windows and then some logs. As you can see here, sometimes it is easier to place the logs, sometimes it is not that easy. So keep that in mind, and keep that in mind there is going to be a fireplace that I already forget to place. So that's sometimes it is a problematic thing. Inward you don't need to overlap. I use that, but you don't have to, because outerward is what you need to make some overlap of these logs like that. So log building actually looks quite nice. It is really nice looking. So don't work too hard, because it is the default size of the log is 2 by 1, sorry, 2 meters. So you cannot just place a log as you wish as a normal wood, like 1 meter wood, but you have to do some trickery to place it properly. So after placing that log, we make a side door, and this door going to open up to a new place. So as you can see here, it's going to open up to a small garden. It is really problematic if you have a problem with placing the logs. Like me, it is going to up and down slightly. You can just demolish it or redo it again. And now after completing the log structure, make the front one, the front entrance. You have to make the front entrance because it can be smaller, it can be bigger, but it should be a log entrance, because actually that particular entrance actually use a lot of time. So you can just close it up like that by using those angles. Now placing the roof is quite easy to make in this particular build, because you can just place normal 45-degree angle and 45-degree roof and just cover it up. So don't worry, if you need to place a window in top like I am placing right now, it is going to be slightly complicated, but you don't have to place that. I'm just placing it because my reference picture has it, so I have to do it. Otherwise you can just keep that part. You don't have to place another window on top. It is main reason is to just provide another floor, but if you're planning to do one floor or single floor build, you can just ignore it. Multi-floor building needed this kind of access or structure, something like that. So don't worry if you're just making a normal 45 roof. It is up to you. You can use alternative structure, like alternative roofs. Like if you're placing 45-degree roof at front, then you can use 26-degree roof in main building. It is up to you what angle of roof you needed, but I prefer a longer house, so I am placing this 45-degree roof. It actually makes the room quite big looking, so that is the main reason. And you can also place some window here, this side also, or each side you can just place some windows. But placing this part is slightly tricky, because log part actually doesn't properly work like that. You can just cover it up with log beams and all that here, like that. So as you can see, the crossing is really problematic, but you can just approx and then complete it. Now some vertical beams, obviously the same log themed. So placing some vertical beam to looks like it is a vertical and horizontal placing. It actually looks quite nice. And in the top of the window, you can also place those vertical part to just make a border or similar effect. You can do that. So these parts, this front part and back part, also you can use a huge number of way. You can use logs, but I am not going to too deep because I'm just showing you how to make this particular build, not how you master it. So it's up to you how you can modify these build and change and make it your own. So there not going to be a railing. It is going to be an entrance with some logs and all that. So that's the build. I think there's the build. Maybe. So okay, I forget to place some beams here. You can make a fire pit here, just like this fire pit or furnace, but other than that you can just simply ignore that, because obviously this 45-degree building already had quite a number of exit or exhaust place, so keep that in mind. Already I make it slightly bigger, so placing like that would help. Okay, so now you can just place the stone like that. It is going to be a quite big big fireplace, but you can modify it easily, and you can also make a totally logged logged chimney like that, like I show it in the top part. You can make the base 4 degree, then 2 degree, and make a proper exhaust chimney or something like that. I really mess up this part. Actually, I didn't remember that I can just place those angle here and just then cover the main part, but whatever, brain doesn't always work here. So as you can see, it is quite easy to make a long exhaust. You don't have to place a roof underneath, because normally already it is slightly shaded from outside, so don't worry, you can just place it or make it like that, and just make a floor here. It is going to be a patio or outside portion. You can just cover it like that, or you can just fill it with mud and all that. It's up to you how you can going to use it. I always like this kind of particular area or side area. So I think that's it. There's a log build, as you can see here. The log building is complete. It is quite nice. As you can see, there is side entrance, and this overlap of the logs actually looks quite nice. And backside also you can easily do a total stone or a hybrid of log and stone furnace. So that's it. There is the build. I think I show you quite well. If you have any problem with overlapping logs and all that, always use that 1 meter small beam. That's going to be very useful while creating this particular build. And that, so now we're going to make an apartment building. It is not going to be a multi-story high-rise building or modern building. It is going to be a apartment building of 2-story and a flat roof. So that's the main motto. And this building needs any kind of layout. My reference photo actually slightly different. So I'm trying to stick on it and trying to make that particular design, but it's up to you. I'm just the basic build is it's all flat roof, and total build is under roof, so it is not going to be a slightly hanging balcony and all that, so it is not going to be like that. And first we are going to place some these 1 meter vertical beam. It's going to be used for the iron beam to stack on or placed on, so keep that in mind. Place some place it in your base and make it proper, so your foundation of iron beam going to be similar distance, or how you are going to use that your foundation, it's up to you. For this particular build we don't need a huge foundation, and we don't need a very high or tall building, so for that particular reason I'm not going to place a lot of them. So I think these couple of these are quite enough, and you can use those place inside of this building. You can use those place as you want. So as you can see, I'm placing it like that. So in from front, if you're placing it, it's going to be snap in the place, so that particular beam not going to be loosely attached, it is going to be properly attached with the ground. So that's the main reason placing these small beams. So now the bottom part of the beam is actually inside the ground, so it is properly placed, you can say that. Now after placing that, you just need to make it high and high, so it is nothing spectacular. So the front part we don't need any kind of beams, it is because it is not going to be needed. So as you can see, placing some beams, so it's actually looks quite nice, and we'll start building the structure here. So some vertical structure first we are creating, because we're going to create this that high or not very high, so we'll just make that part here. And first placing these side wall is quite easy, and you can just edit it after building that total building. So you can just create some doors and windows and all that after you finishing your build. It is going to be easier. So there is some curve in this particular area, so I'm planning to use that curve. I think it need 1 meter. So make a curve like that for this particular building. You can just easily use a normal rectangular shape. It is up to you, but I am using this particular curved portion, and this portion in every floor, there are going to be two part where we are placing this particular curved part. Here and follow it with the 2 by 1. I think I place it slightly offset. Okay, now it is done. So this is going to be a design style. So the balcony of this building going to be like that, and I'm going to take 4 meter height because if you're making a multi-story building in a flat roof, it's actually looks not that right, and the lower floor obviously looks quite crampy or very small. So I'm going to make it quite high. So 4 meter, I place the second floor actually in 4 meter height. And I'm going to place the roof or the base of the roof in also another 4 meter height from the second floor or the first floor, and make it cover it like that. So this is going to be a top portion, and these 1 meter structure going to contain those tiles of the roofs, so like that. So keep that in mind, make it properly, because if the roof actually shows from outside, it's actually not working that good. So please place those beams first, and then place those beam by shifting press, and then place those beam. So you can just touching those beam, not just using those beams inside that structure, and then just cover those these roof part, just cover those part. So obviously it is quite high or quite thick roof, but actually not going to looks that much dirty, because we already make this particular design, so it is not going to deviate from its style, so it's not going to make a problem. You can use this particular area for something else, like your crafting, forging and all that, because that part can be also be vertically any length. So now we are placing the second floor, first floor, sorry, there is no second floor, the first floor, and we are placing some stair. I just forget to place the stair properly, because I can just make it like that, not like this. I can just place it with wall hanging way, so I can shift that stair inward. I can shift that part inward. So I am creating a slight I'm making a slight accessible way in that particular area, if you are placing it like that. Now the design of the building, it's totally up to you, what you like. You can place the glass piece and actually make it looks like concrete and glass building. You can also do that. Other ways, you can just placing the fancy door structure and just cover it up and make it a window. Make it properly ventilated, or big window actually makes the room quite good, because it is going to be slightly crampy looking or non-ventilated looking build. So bigger opening actually makes it quite nice. So after building that, you can just cover this part and make some window here, or you can just let it open. You can just make some roof and make it overhanging. You can also do that, it's up to you, but we are not going to do that. We are just make a really big windows and just use that part here. So now the roof part, actually the roof is you have to place these lower part of the roof here, so we can place those beams and those roof tiles. So cover it up. After covering it up, place this 26-degree roof up on the staircase which is ascended to the floor, and then placing the beam like that, just shift click and then place those beams so you can properly attach those roof tiles. If you are not going to, if you fail to do that, it's actually stick out those roofs. Extras are going to stick out from downstairs, so it's actually looks quite hideous when you access the first floor. So keep that in mind and place the beam just top of the floor and place the roofs up to that. So make a slightly so we just make a access to the roof, nothing else. So after placing all those roof tiles, you can just overlap it, you can just make it cover the whole area, because the reason we have to do a lot of work this particular build is to make a proper flat roof. Normally flat roof is not a big problem, we already make a lot of flat roof, but those extras or those part of the roof actually hanging down, so it actually looks quite hideous. So keep that in mind and place it properly, so you are not going to see the roof from downstairs also. So that's it, cover it up, and then your quite big and thick roof is completed, and there's going to be an entrance, placing some fires and lights inside actually makes it look so proper, prominent. And placing these bronze light actually helps because it actually helps in the first floor because it's going to give you the buff of the fire, and you can just place it everywhere because bronze is very cheap in this particular game. So keep that in mind. Make those inner space or inner designs up to you, so I'm not going to tell you or show you how you can make it, because it is obviously my design is very bad, so I'm not a very good interior decorator, and obviously I'm not a good in anything basically. So I make a YouTube make my career, so keep that in mind. So build it properly or up to you. So just cover these beams up or these balconies and just do some work. Just go around placing some beams, make it looks fancy and nothing else, and then placing these corners and all that. Don't forget any corners, so just cover it up, and then our job is done. So you can use these angle one also here, and cover those iron beams. Obviously it looks ridiculous. So that's going to be the basic build or the main build. This apartment building, looks quite nice actually, and this particular design actually makes this very huge thick roof actually looks not that bad. So that's it, and we already created 6 building, 4 building to go, and see you next time for the another 2 building, and we're going to make a okay, whatever it is. See you next time. Bye bye.